Alright guys, so we're scouting today. We have not got that frost yet like I've been always telling you I want for, having all the vegetation die off, start getting knocked down. I want to show you one spot here. So I've trapped this road for a few years now. This year we got corn over there. It's an old abandoned house up here. But every year I drive past this and I never see anything. This year I actually got out, quit being lazy, and I noticed actually right here, this is what caught my eye. I originally was looking up here at the edge of the fence line, but right here there's something going through that fence that came down, but nothing crossed the road. So I got intrigued, so I hopped out, started walking, found this little wash here, and I'm glad I got out. These coon are going down this wash, up into the side of the bank here, and they're walking parallel to the road until they cross over there. There's also another good trail of it, if I can get the camera in here right, going up the side here and going right up through there, crossing into the corn. Matter of fact, you can actually see it on the other side of this little cattle fence here, but they're even crossing the road right here. I've never seen this spot before, but this is, especially with corn over there, this is probably going to pick up at least 3 or 4 coon for me. So get out there and do your homework, guys. This is my first day. I don't want to map yet, but I have to. We are pre-staking in less than 2 weeks now. I'm sorry, right at 2 weeks. So I got to get out there. I got to get this stuff done. I've got several hours of mapping and scouting yet. So we just got started today, but I want to show you stuff like this. This is the little stuff that you might not see when you don't ever get out of the truck, but I mean, that is just a nice little highway underneath the grass, comes back right down through the ditch and comes up right over there by that telephone pole. So awesome location. Just on the other side, all we got's a fence line going down. So spots like these, guys, do not overlook them. I almost did. We all make mistakes, so got to get down the road. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. Sometimes you really got to get down in here, guys. It looks like, oh, it's all overgrown. I don't see any clear, easy path I can see from the road. But actually, there's a land trail coming down the side of this culvert, coming right down in. Hold on here. Actually, use the strap for what it's for. Going right down in through here. If you look right down in the tube itself, you've got where the water goes, but up over here, it's just a mud path. I'll try and get down here, get a better angle. So I'm probably actually going to set a dog proof in the actual waterway itself in here. And right up that. Kind of hard to tell, but that's going to be your main one. That's where most of the coon are going to be running. So I'll probably throw one right in the heart of that, put one off over the side here, might even throw 220 up there on land. So don't overlook these spots, guys. If you can't see it from the truck, if you want to put up numbers, you still got to get down in there and get after it. So another thing, you don't see me in water very much, but I'm always in hip boots. I always wear hip boots. Not just for the few times I do get in water, which is rare, but like this morning, all this grass is dewy. You can see just how dewy on this plant here. I mean, this grass is soaked. If I was just in boots and this grass is, waist level anyway, I would be soaked. If you get wet, you get cold, you get sick. That's just how it is. So anyway, guys, don't pass up these spots. I mean, man, you can even see inside the culvert there. There's just all kinds of activity going up and down the side of this tube. So anyway, guys, next spot. This here is one of those dynamite locations as well. We got a fence line here with beans, a small pasture here, and right behind me is corn. This is actually where I filmed just the other day. Showed you that really nice trail on the other side, but the land trail side, this is actually, I caught a bunch of skunks here last year. It's hard to make out right now, but trail goes down around, goes underneath that little patch of grass right there, and goes right out the corner of the gate right in there. Caught a lot of skunks here. you know, one thing I didn't realize how far away the actual culvert was down there. So we got a whole separate trail that's actually going through the culvert onto the corn. This is going to be one of my better spots. We're going to gang set this one pretty good. Probably have 2 dog proofs over here. And this is just money. I mean, we got a land trail by this culvert that is just, I mean, that's a trail. That is a trail. One thing you need to always remember too, though, is they're coming out of water. Okay, so when they're coming out of water, they're muddy. They're always going to look, the trails are always going to look better than they actually are. Not saying it's a bad trail, because this is a great trail, but you know, they can carry that mud with them a long ways. That's just like you going through the house with muddy boots. You go through it twice and it looks like an army went through there. So something to always consider, guys. But this is definitely a good spot. We're probably going to set up here right on that flat spot with one, and I'm going to set over here on the other land trail. Now there's another land trail you can see going up the bank there. I'm going to set one there. I don't want them down here in the mud, okay? I don't want to catch coon down there. That's just going to be a big, muddy, nasty mess. So I don't want that at all. But we're going to figure out a way to probably get 3 sets in here. These land trails going over the tube are awesome. If we weren't so close to a house up here, we'd be probably setting a pair of 220s at least. But yeah, I mean, these trails, these are awesome. Matter of fact, I'm going to go down here and show you guys some of this. I mean, that's insane. There's a lot of coon working this. A lot of coon. So, coming right up these dry trails. I want to check the other side since we're by this culvert. See what it looks like up here. Yeah, these are these are going to be good. These are going to be real good. I'll probably throw a couple dog proofs in here too. So we're gonna have 2 over by the fence, 2 here, and 3 on the other side. That's 7 traps here, guys. That's gonna be, and I fully expect to, between all the trails I'm setting here, we're gonna have at least 6 or 7 coon throughout the course of a couple days. So anyway, guys, gotta get down the road, but I'm getting pumped up. Seeing this stuff getting me excited. I just about drove past this, but I knew somewhere on this fence line there had to be a trail. I figured it'd be up in here, but it's just a little bit farther down, right underneath this tree. I mean, that's a nice one. So, you know, they're not always right at that fence line intersection, but these, you know, these fences that run perpendicular to the road, you know, they're good spots. Everything's traveling down them, and they got to cross somewhere. So it might not always be right at that corner. It might be 10, 20 yards down the road, wherever they find a good chance to cross at. But we're definitely setting on this one for sure. All right, here we go again. Nice little trail here, going right up the side. Right up here we got an evergreen tree, a perpendicular fence line running here, and behind this little hedgerow is a bunch of trees. So I shouldn't say hedgerow, more of a cedar tree row. But we got corn over there, pasture, large timber. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good spot. You know, the trail's not as defined as I like them, but I think a lot of that has to do with how early it is as far as before a frost. So, oh well. I'm not worried about populations yet. The sign is there, just not as prevalent as I'd like it to be. But anyway, guys, getting down the road. This here's always one of my favorites. Nice trail coming down underneath this cedar tree. This is actually another one of those perpendicular fence lines. Not sure what's actually back there behind it. I think it's a smaller timber, but we got a cut bean field over here. But on the other side, we got our corn. You know, and that's bread and butter, guys. Timber to corn. That, I can't say it enough. Timber to corn, timber to timber. That's what I'm looking for. So that trail cuts across right here at the tube. You can kind of see the tunnel right through here. It's hard to make these things look good on camera, but just goes straight down, across, and up underneath that berry bush. So another really good spot. I normally pick up 5-6 coon here every year, and I anticipate do it again. So Man, I'm getting excited for this. I'm definitely realizing just how out of shape I am though, so oh well, it's part of it. So I run into this quite a bit. Got some frogs jumping. But this is a bridge that I caught a few beaver under this last year. Since spring, they've come through and completely redid the bridge. None of this was here. It was completely different. But our water level went from probably about 4 foot to almost non-existent. But definitely is not going to deter the coons and stuff from running it. Mink, you know, we've got, I mean, this thing's just loaded with sign down here. But yeah, a lot of frogs jumping around. It's just, this is one of those spots that, you know, there's not going to be much of a pocket location. You know, it's just kind of old stagnant water down here, but I could capitalize with a fish stick set down here, or I can even just stick to my dog proofs and simply, this is a spot where I would use fish oil as a trailing scent. But yeah, it's changed quite a bit, and you're going to run into this more often than not, actually. They always got to redo these bridges and structures and stuff, so kind of disappointing, but you know, we'll manage. I actually skipped it last year during coon season, I believe, just because it was so steep, but I'm going to set it this year. The path getting down here is a lot easier now since they reworked it. Just a literally straight shot up the bank here, so we'll figure it out. You know, if I get down there onto the private piece, you know, there you could probably get some pockets in and stuff, but directly under the bridge, yeah, she's pretty dead. So anyway, guys, you're gonna run into this, just part of it, but we're gonna get down the road. We've found some really good stuff, but I haven't even got to my good pieces yet. We're just getting ready to start my piece that I've been looking forward to that I didn't trap at all last year. Matter of fact, we just started it, so crop rotation's good, and it's going to be good. I expect to have probably 30 to 40 locations in about 5 miles, so it's going to be a good spot. We got us a really nice spot here. This actually used to have probably about a foot and a half of water in it last year, but now it is just loaded. You can actually see right where they're just walking right down the old dry creek bed, going right into the timber. We got a nice little timber and corn on the other side of the road here, so I mean that's gonna be a good spot. You know, I'm not gonna set right straight down where all the mud is, but we'll go out there a little bit farther and set right in there with a couple dog proofs, and fully anticipate to catch probably 5 or 6 coon off this. So really nice spot. Just you know, nice little timber. We got timber over here and corn behind it. So matter of fact, if you look over here, there's actually a dry trail where they're going up the side of the culvert wall, right up through there, crossing over the road. It looks like just a nice spot, guys. These trails, I mean, they might not be popped like I was hoping they would, but they're here. I just got to look a lot harder for them. Not this one. This one was plain as day, but some of the more subtle, discreet trails, they're being pretty tough right now. Well, I'm definitely outside of my my normal domain. I'm probably about 5 miles farther than I've ever gone in this direction. Just found this nice windy road. Beginning of it, there's some corn and timber, and we're gonna go ahead and set that. And it kind of went dead for about 1.5 miles, and I got nervous. But then I found this. These are spots that really have me excited. 2 trails side by side. We got a smaller third one going up over here, but large mature timber in front of us. Another nice mature timber behind me with a big river system right behind that. So these are the type of spots that they really get me excited. This could be one of my new super spots, as I'm going to call them, where I could pick up 10 to 15 coon on pretty easy. Just all the situations are perfect. You know, that river system's going to call coons from miles away. So pretty excited about this spot. We're going to keep going down this road and try to loop it back in and catch into my normal route somewhere. And that's a lot of struggle too, is trying to figure out how can I set this road and then make it loop back into my main route and make it all smooth. And that's difficult sometimes. So we're gonna get it figured out. Even if I have to go down a section, it turns out nothing, and move over a section or two past that, we're gonna find a way. We're gonna make this part of our route regardless. So pretty exciting, guys. Man, I'm feeling pretty good about all this. This is actually a spot, this is about where I started trapping last year. I shouldn't say started, how do I say it? Up until what I've done today so far. This will be stop 68 on my route right now. And I would say probably 20 of it I trapped last year. But the other 48 or so is new stuff that has good crop rotation. I trapped this area last year, even though it was bad crop rotation. And did okay, because it's just that good of an area. But this year we got corn on the opposite side of this. Well, behind me is timber, and right up here behind this patch of trees we got corn. But this spot is looking dynamite. If I can get down here a little bit. I mean, it's hard to tell, but you can just, that mud right there that you see packed down like that, that's a telltale sign that you've got a good hot trail. But it just goes right up through and goes right up underneath the trees there. See if I can't get down here a little lower and show you guys. I mean, this is just an awesome trail going up through there. Coming right out of this culvert here right below me. We'll get to the side and show you a better angle on it. Just coming right out of this culvert. They're going right up there. They're actually going in two spots. They're going down through this channel to here too. So, man, it's going to be a spot where up there, close to the end of the row, I'm going to put dog proof, but we're going to put a 220 right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a 220 probably right, of course the camera's not going to work for me, but right in there also, right there. Just good natural funnel pinch points. This is what we're looking for. I'm pretty pumped about this. It's looking good. Definitely tell I became a fat boy over the summer, but it's alright. It's time to start getting in shape, and we're going to be doing it scouting and soon pre-staking and going on from there. But these are some good spots, guys. So it appears, I want to show you guys this, that I might have some competition this year. You know, I never pull over like that. You can see how their tire tracks just turn, an abrupt turn. That means they're going really slow and turn the corner, you know, turn pretty quick. Right where that culvert's at. So, you know, just kind of keep an eye out on this. This might tell you where some of your competition might be. I've never had issues in this area, but I welcome all competition, man. It's part of it. It's gonna make me a better trapper. Hopefully I can make them a better trapper, as long as there's no foul play going involved. But you never know. I know of some people that I know I'm gonna be trapping around where I got a feeling I'm gonna have a lot of stuff come up missing. But anyway, just something to look for, guys. You start seeing stuff like that at your trail locations, somebody else is doing the same thing you are. Alright, by now you should all know this spot. That's where I started filming last year, and I tried doing a little bit earlier this year, but we're back at it again here. We know we're a couple weeks later now. The trail does look better for sure. It's still kind of hard to tell, but it is definitely here. So it's still not, like I said, these trails still haven't popped quite like I'd like them to, but they are here. So it's just, you know, I'm not worried about my population any, like I said before. I'm really not. You know, on this side, it's still pretty tough to see here, but just goes right up here, right through the grass, up into the cornfield. So it's tough right now, guys. I really wish we had frost, but we don't. And these trails, I can't even explain to you how much they pop, but when we come pre-staking here in a little over 2 weeks, I'll bet it's gonna be a lot different for you. So anyway, we're gonna get down here. I know I got a couple good coyote locations to check out and head down the road. This very well could be my favorite coyote trail of all time. It's gonna be difficult to see, but the bottom of this fence is about 10 inches off the ground right there. And over the past, just on this little trail, I have got 4 coyotes and a bobcat in snares, including one last year. It's just a phenomenal spot. But you know, we're just on, I've talked about this spot before. We're on the edge of that timber. We got kind of a pasture, CRP ground. Just a good little location. You know, you could easily pick up coon here, but I'm going to set these snares high so I avoid catching a coon and tearing up the trail. Caught one there last year. And I also caught one on the other side over here. Yeah, on this side. Yeah, it used to be a little wash here. You know, it's since overgrown and they're not using that as a trail, so apparently they're crossing over here somewhere else, but we're gonna find it. But yeah, I caught a coyote right here last year. That's kind of foul caught, so I didn't put on camera. And then the one over here. So just a really great location. Matter of fact, I lost a coyote just up here a little ways, not that far. So it's just a really, really good, perfect funnel pinch point for everything coming through here. You know, those coyotes could be coming up over here now, which actually really looks like they probably are. Yeah, I like that. That's going to be where coyotes are crossing now on the other side. Going right up here into this field. Notice the bottom of the fence is up off the ground a ways. Just ideal. We're going to put a snare probably right about in there. So I'm excited about this. That's going to be fun. Hopefully, I'd love to catch a double on coyotes. I've only doubled on coyotes once in footholds a few years ago, but never had it on snares. But anyway, we're going to get down here. This is the one I showed you. You know, when I first started filming last year, this is the road I took you down. We're going to check out that bridge and the big tree next. Here's another really good trail that's produced for me every year. Actually, it's another really good skunk trail, which I am not afraid to set for sure. It's really good on the other side too. One thing I want to point out before I go over there, I'm on a pretty good incline here. It might not look like it, but if I keep this flat, on a pretty decent incline. It's pretty important to use that e-brake on the truck. It's really hard on your parking pin to always throw it in gear after some of these angles and stuff. So yeah, just a nice trail. I can actually see a bunch of coon crap on it down there where it goes up and around. And this is just, you know, pasture ground with timber behind me. You got corn up there, but I think the focal point is this lone power pole. You know, there's a few shrubs here and there, but there's nothing along this to get to the creek down there. Just this lone power pole. And man, it's gonna be a good one this year. This trail's really popped. So anyway, guys, just want to remind you on that whole parking pin thing. This type of trapping's really hard on vehicles. Really hard on them. I've noticed I'm starting to slip third gear a little bit now. So just, you know, take care of your equipment. Otherwise, you're gonna be stranded somewhere with a whole bunch of fur in traps that you can't get to. Well, we're wrapping it up for the day here. This is definitely one of my better locations when I have corn up here behind this timber, which I do this year. You can see the trail down there coming through. I mean, it's a really nice trail. They're going down through here and through the tube on both sides. That's why I always make sure to put straps down there to capitalize them going through the tube. Anything that's coming through here is going to go down there past the tube as well. The other side is just as awesome. Normally, I guess I haven't been over here yet, but yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a trail, guys. That is a trail. Man, I'm pumped for this spot again. This has always been good. I think 2 years ago we ended up with 15 off this or something crazy out of 4 traps. It was good. It was really good. So anyway, guys, we're wrapping it up. I think this is stop 116 or 115, and we've gone about 50 miles. So only about a fourth of the route done. Productive day, but I got a lot to do yet. But I got a lot of stuff to take care of at home tonight yet too. So anyway, guys, start looking for things like this. These are things that will really get your blood flowing. We'll catch you later, guys.